Mastering Loan Applications in Ethiopia, a complete guide. Hey everyone, it's XYZ Zix here, and look, I know what you're thinking. Ethiopian loan applications. Whether you're starting a business, buying property, or just need some extra capital, understanding this process can be the difference between getting that loan approved or hitting a brick wall. We're going to break down the entire loan application process, step by step. We'll cover all the essential documents you need, why you need them, and even some insider tips to increase your chances of approval. This is your one-stop shop to becoming a loan application pro. So, grab a pen and paper, maybe a cup of Ethiopian coffee, and let's dive in. Alright, first up, we've got the credit application form. Think of this as your loan's first impression. It's where you introduce yourself to the bank, tell them what you need, and how much you need. Make sure you fill it out completely and accurately. Any errors or inconsistencies can raise red flags and potentially delay or even derail your application. So, take your time, double-check everything, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask your loan officer. Now, for all my entrepreneurs out there, this one's for you. If you're running a business and applying for a loan, you need a valid and up-to-date trade or investment license. This little document is proof that you're legally operating in Ethiopia. Banks want to make sure they're lending to legitimate businesses, and this is how you show them you're the real deal. So, before you even think about applying for that loan, make sure your license is current. Okay, sticking with the business theme, we have the Renewed Principal Registration Certificate. Think of this as your business's official birth certificate. It proves that your business is registered with the right authorities, like the Ministry of Trade or the Investment Commission. Just like with the trade license, you want to make sure this certificate is up to date. An expired certificate can really throw a wrench in the process, so double-check those expiry dates and renew them well in advance. Chapter 4. Taxpayer Registration Certificate or TIN Certificate. In Ethiopia, you need a Taxpayer Identification Number or TIN to do pretty much anything financial, including applying for a loan. Your TIN certificate shows the bank that you're registered with the Ethiopian Revenue Authority and are fulfilling your tax obligations. Banks want to see that you're a responsible borrower, and that includes being up to date on your taxes. So, make sure you have your TIN certificate ready to go. Chapter 5. Financial Statements. Financial statements are like a report card for your finances. They show the bank how much money you're making, how much you're spending, and how much you have in assets and liabilities. Audited financials are like getting an A+ on your report card. They're prepared by an independent auditor and are considered the most reliable. Provisional or interim statements are like a progress report, giving the bank a more recent snapshot of your finances. Chapter 6. Profile and Financial Statements of Sister Companies. If you're part of a larger group of companies or have affiliated businesses, the bank might ask for their profiles and financial statements too. Think of it like this. The bank wants to know if your family is good with money, even if you're the responsible one. They're looking for any potential risks or benefits that might stem from your connections. So, be prepared to share some information about your business relatives. Chapter 7. Business Plan with Forecasted Cash Flow. Statement, your roadmap to success. If you're starting a new business or seeking financing for a project, a well-crafted business plan is essential. Include a detailed market analysis, your business model, projected income, and a forecasted cash flow statement. The bank wants to see that you've thought through everything and that your business can generate enough cash flow to repay the loan. Chapter 8. Senior Management and Board Profiles, the people behind the business. For larger companies, the bank wants to know who's calling the shots. They'll likely ask for profiles of your senior management team and board members. The bank wants to see that your company is led by a competent and trustworthy team. So, make sure your leadership team is on board with the loan application and that their profiles are up to date. Chapter 9. Registered Memorandum and Articles of Association, the rules of the game. These documents are like the rule book for your company. They outline your company's legal structure, ownership details, governance framework, and what your business is allowed to do. They show the bank that you're operating within the law and that you have a clear understanding of how your company works. Chapter 10. Registered minutes of the General Assembly, getting everyone on board. If your loan requires approval from shareholders or the board of directors, you'll need to provide the minutes of the meeting where they gave their consent. This shows the bank that everyone's on the same page and that the loan has been properly approved through the right channels. Chapter 11. Publication of official Gazette establishment, making it official. For certain types of businesses, especially share companies, you might need to provide evidence that your company's establishment has been officially announced in the government gazette. This adds an extra layer of credibility and shows the bank that you're a legitimate and recognized entity. Chapter 12. Certificate of marital status, love and loans. If the loan or the collateral you're putting up involves a personal asset, like a jointly owned property, the bank will need to see your certificate of marital status. Chapter 13. For all my partnerships out there, you'll need a copy of your partnership agreement. This document outlines the roles and responsibilities of each partner, how ownership is structured, and how profits and losses are shared. Chapter 14. If your company's board of directors needs to give the green light for the loan, you'll need an official letter or resolution from them stating their consent. Chapter 15. Collateral is like a safety net for the bank. It's an asset that you pledge as security for the loan, and the bank can seize it if you default on your payments. The documents you need depend on the type of collateral you're offering. Once your loan is approved, the bank will usually require you to insure the collateral. This protects both you and the bank in case something happens to the asset. Make sure the insurance policy covers the risks identified by the bank and that the bank is listed as the beneficiary. If you're a foreign investor or expatriate looking to secure a loan in Ethiopia, you'll need to provide your valid residence and work permits. These documents show the bank that you're legally allowed to live and work in the country. Besides your own TIN number, the bank might also ask for the TIN numbers of other key individuals involved in the loan, such as your spouse, guarantors, or significant shareholders. Speaking of taxes, you'll also need a tax clearance certificate. This document proves that you're all squared away with the Ethiopian Revenue Authority and that you don't have any outstanding tax liabilities. It's like a clean bill of health for your taxes, and it gives the bank confidence that you're a responsible borrower. Chapter 20. Title: Letter of Consent for NBE Credit Database. Check. Opening up your credit history. To assess your creditworthiness and see if you have any other outstanding loans, the bank will need your permission to check your credit history with the National Bank of Ethiopia. You'll need to sign a letter of consent allowing the bank to access your credit information. Chapter 21. Title: Other banks' statements of overdraft or current accounts, showing your full financial picture. If you have accounts with other banks, be prepared to share statements for those accounts as well. This gives the lending bank a more comprehensive view of your overall financial picture, including your spending habits, income sources, and any existing debts. Chapter 22. Title: Authenticated Power of Attorney Delegating Authority. Finally, if someone else will be applying for the loan on your behalf, you'll need to provide them with an authenticated power of attorney document. This legally grants them the authority to act on your behalf and sign documents on your behalf. Outro, title, you've got this. So, there you have it. A complete breakdown of the loan application process in Ethiopia. I know it seems like a lot, and to be honest, it kind of is. But trust me, being organized and prepared is key. By following these steps and putting your best foot forward, you'll be well on your way to securing the financing you need to achieve your goals.